Hi, fellow sports lovers, and welcome to another episode of Timeout, a show anybody can watch about sports, stats, facts, and everything in between, from a fan point of view. I'm your host, Charlie, so let's go get this ball rolling. Timeout. Let's talk about some sports. Woo-hoo! Alright, okay, fellow sports lovers, it's back! That's right, we've got football season! Week 222 upon us. Alright, now unfortunately I can't talk about every single game that's going on, but here are my highlights of this week for preseason week 2. On Saturday night, we're gonna hit the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Boom! We had the Carolina Panthers having a tug-and-war battle against the Miami Dolphins in a Bank America Stadium as the Carolina Panthers ripped apart the Fish 31-30. Also, Saturday night in Lucas Oil Stadium, the Chicago Bears, my team, roared back and beat the Indianapolis Colts with a vengeance in Indy with a 23-11 victory. In Nolens, there was almost a shutout with the Saints, New Orleans Saints, hosting the New England Patriots. As the Patriots decided to sprinkle a little of that Tom Brady magic in the fourth quarter to get a victory in Nolens, Pats won it 26-24. And finally, the last game we'll be talking about today is on Monday night in Tampa Bay. The Bucks looted and made the Bengals walk the plank with a 25-11 victory in Tampa. Timeout. Let's talk about this. So there was so much preseason football going on this week. But unfortunately, I don't have the time to talk about it all. So here are my top games I watched this weekend. So here we go! Timeout. Let's talk about some football. Okay, the first game we're going to talk about is the Carolina Panthers hosting the Miami Dolphins. With it being a beautiful night in Carolina at the Bank America Stadium in North Carolina, the Dolphins made a big splash in the first as well as the second quarter, with dominating superstars like, are you ready for this? Ryan Tannehill. That's right, I said it. Ryan Tannehill, who really, honestly, fellow sports lovers, has really been stepping up his game. Not too bad for actually a wide receiver in college. With going 102 yards this weekend, 12-15, as well as getting a touchdown for Dolphins. But the quarterback can't take all that credit for the Fish. With 22-year-old running back LaMichael James, very nice, sir, had 6 carries and went off to the races with 45 yards. And can't forget about the 25-year-old tight end. Fellow fantasy football lovers, studs, think about this, or maybe a sleeper possibly, Gerald Robinson, who got 2 receiving as well as hit that gas. Oh man, with a 61 yards, and got a Miami Dolphins touchdown on the other side of the coin, the Panthers had to really step up their game, and they did in the third and the fourth quarter. They roared back as their passing leader, quarterback Joe Webb, who got 131 yards, that's right, for 12-17, as well as a Panthers touchdown. I know some Panther fans definitely like to see him in his stuff. As well as, you can't forget about Panthers running back Cameron Artis-Payne, who got 4 carries as well as 33 yards, as well as the receiving leader of the Panthers, wide receiver 26-year-old Mike Brown, who had 5 receiving and 58 yards. The Fish tried their hardest to come back, with the captain of the ship, Tannehill, trying to steer into victory lane. But the Panthers roared back with a vengeance and got a 31-30 unbelievable victory at home. The next game we're going to talk about is my Chicago Bears versus the Indianapolis Colts. Woo-hoo! Man, fellow sports lovers, was this a game. In the first quarter, Mr. Robbie Superstar Gold, the one and only kicker, proved to the world that I still got this with a 50-yard field goal. Wow, oh my goodness. In the second quarter, the Colts tried to come back, trying to put some numbers on the board. But it was all about Chi-Town. Woo-hoo! With superstars like Jay Cutler, that's right, I know, I said Jay Cutler, who got 69 yards, 8-9, not to mention, fellow sports lovers, I don't know if you guys saw that this weekend, but Jay definitely showed his inner Brian Urlacher and Marshawn Lynch / beast mode, with basically rushing Greg Toller from the Indianapolis Colts so bad that he gets a neck injury. Man, way to go, Cutler. And for all those other football teams, don't piss off Cutler. But he couldn't do it without stud Jeremy Longford, who at 23, the running back made the coach, John Fox, have a giant smile on his face with 9 carries for 80 yards and a Bears touchdown. And of course you can't forget about the veteran, the super stud, the Bear tight end, 28-year-old Martellus Bennett, who got 3 receiving and 32 yards. But the Colts, right here, the Indianapolis Colts, didn't have such a bad night. With their captain, oh my captain, the Lucky Charm, Andrew Luck, who had 71 yards for 5-7, but he just couldn't do it without stud 23-year-old Josh Robinson, running back, who had 13 carries for 61 yards. Woohoo! And of course, you can't forget about the man, the one and only, the super stud in Indy, T.Y. Mr. Reliable Hilton, wide receiver, who had 2 receiving and 52 yards. But the Bears roared back into victory lane. Woohoo! With luck not being so lucky in this case, with the Bears beating them in Indy 23-11. The third game we're going to talk about today is all about Nolens, as the New Orleans Saints hosted the New England Patriots at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in Louisiana, as the in the first and second quarter, oh man, those Saints were just partying it up on Bourbon Street. But you can't forget about the Jedi Master, Mr. Bill Belichick, who crashed the party early, and struck the hammer down with a 26-24 victory. With the studs of the night on the Pats side, on the Patriots side, with rookie quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo having actually a pretty good night, with 269 yards for 28-33, with also a Patriots touchdown. Even though, unfortunately, a little rookie mistake, though, got one interception. But he couldn't make it all happen. With rushing stud 23-year-old running back James White, who got 9 carries, that's right, 9 carries and 23 yards and 1 touchdown. Maybe somebody might want to think about for fantasy. Just saying. Anyway, and then the rushing leader for the Pats side, we have stud 21-year-old, wide receiver Chris Harper, who definitely made it happen, who got 5 receiving and 69 yards as well as a touchdown. Maybe somebody Brady will possibly think of throwing to, or even Jimmy Garoppolo, because Brady won't be playing for those first 4 games, supposedly still. On the other side of the court, we have the driver of the Mardi Gras bus, the Drew, Mr. Breezy Breeze, starting it off right with 159 yards, fellow sports lovers, for 18-10, and 2, that's right, not 1, but 2 touchdowns for the Saints. But he just couldn't do it without his stud, Mark Ingram, who got 6 carries and 18 yards. And can't forget about stud of Nolans, 21-year-old Brandon Cooks, who got 4, that's right, 4 receiving and 117 yards, as well as a New Orleans Saints touchdown. Woo-hoo! But it wasn't enough, as the Patriots sprinkled some of that fourth quarter magic and just came back with a vengeance. 26, that's right, 26-24. Man, what a game. All right, the last game we're going to be talking about, the 4th and final one, was Monday Night Football, when we had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, hosting them Bengals. Woo-hoo! Man, was this a good game. Oh man, with quarterback Mike Glennon of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers started off being a super stud, driving that pirate ship with 121 yards for 10-15, as well as a Tampa Bay touchdown. Also, can't forget about new rookie quarterback Jameis Winston, who right in the first quarter decided to start it off with a bang, 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 bang for the Tampa Bay Bucks, getting a touchdown for the Bucks. But they just couldn't do it without the super studs of the Bucks, such as Doug Martin, who got 6 carries and 59 yards, looking like a stud, by the way, fellow fantasy lovers, timeout lovers, sports lovers, every lovers. Anyway, as well as for the rushing leaders, gotta give it up. Woo-hoo! For 24, that's right, 24-year-old wide receiver Russell Shepard, just trying to make a career and a job, getting 2 receiving, 44 yards, and that's right, and a touchdown for the Bucks. On the other side of the field, on the Bengals side, quarterback rookie who used to play actually for my arch enemy team, the Crimson Tide, A.J. McCarron, got to show his stuff off with throwing for 97 yards for 11 to 15 for the Bengals. But he couldn't do it all by himself with wide receiver, running back, and 22-year-old super stud Jeremy Hill, who got 4 carries and 16 yards, but unfortunately kind of fumbled the ball a little bit. But hey, it's preseason, it's no big deal. The last stud of the night for the Bengals was 23-year-old Jackie Kumaro, who got 3 receiving and 42 yards. But nonetheless, woo-hoo! The Bucs get a victory for Tampa and hoist the pirate flag. Woo-hoo! With a 25, that's right, 25 to 11 victory. Go Bucs! Extra, extra, read all about it. Hot off the presses. Okay, fellow sports lovers. So today on Timeout Sports, we're going to talk about a subject everyone is really talking about around the water cooler lately. It's literally the topic about how everybody is getting injured for preseason. Such as Gordy Nelson, who tore his ACL and is out, that's right, out for the season. Now I know that hurts us for fantasy football lovers and fantasy football fans, but imagine how he feels. Only preseason, practicing all week long, all month long, all year long, and now out for the season because of a preseason game? Timeout. I think that's a little ridiculous. Not to mention also Marcus Pouncey. Don't know when he's going to come back from the Steelers, which is definitely not a good sign either because I kind of wanted to pick him up for fantasy as well. With a broken ankle, who knows when he'll come back? Not to mention in Carolina with Cam Newton's superstar sidekick Kelvin Benjamin, 86, out. Now, I know, fellow sports lovers, it's football and people get injured and this is what they signed up for. I do get that. But, I mean, honestly, do you really think that, and I get it that the coaches really have to, that they have to make sure that they get their roster down to who's playing and who's not playing. But, honestly, I mean, does it really have to be this physical? Can't we, Mr. Goodell, just only go to I don't know, 2 weeks of preseason? Because 4 is just not working out for you or the billion of football fans that watch this awesome show every weekend. Well, that's my show, fellow sports lovers. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to go ahead and like it, go ahead and click the thumbs up button. If you really feel what I'm talking about, then why haven't you subscribed yet? Or you can leave me a message below the video here. And don't forget to hit me up on social media, on Facebook at Charles Cowan Timeout. And finally, hit me up on Twitter at TimeoutNow87, as well as I'm very much into Periscope on Twitter too. So if you're ever on that, check me out on that as well. Until next time, remember, timeout. Let's talk about some sports.